He does not allow himself to be stung by these bad insects called desire, hatred and ignorance. Why does he know how to make smoke? By making smoke, the cow herder drives away the mosquitoes. Seeing the smoke at a distance, the cows go towards his house. Similarly, the bhikkhu preaches the Dharma according to the teachings he has received and drives away the mosquitoes of the fetters. By the smoke of their preaching they invite beings to enter into the abode of the non-self, of the true nature and of emptiness. How does he know the paths? He knows that the good paths to be used and the bad paths to be avoided by the herds. In the same way, the bhikkhu knows the eightfold noble path that leads to nirvana. He avoids the bad paths of nihilism or eternalism. How does he know the needs of the herd? The cow herder acts in such a way that his animals multiply and are not sick. In the same way the bhikkhu, when the Dharma is preached to him, experiences the pure joy of the Dharma and his roots of good increase. How does he know the fords? The cow herder knows the places easy of access, easy to cross, sheltered from the waves and from nasty insects. In the same way, the bhikkhu goes to the wise monks and questions them on the Dharma. Preachers who know in advance if the mind of their listeners is keen or dull, if their passions are light or heavy, easily lead them to good fords and have them cross safely. How does he know the pastures? The cow herder knows the places sheltered from ferocious beasts like tigers and lions and nasty insects. Similarly, the bhikkhu knows the safety of the four foundations of mindfulness sheltered from the wild beasts that are the passions and the evil maras. When he has penetrated there, he knows safety free of unhappiness. How does he know how to milk them? It is because the cow loves her calf that she gives it her milk. Also, when the cow herder refrains from depleting her completely and leaves her some milk, the cow is happy and the calf is not left thirsty. The owner of the herd and the cow herder are both benefited each day. Similarly, when the farmers and the lay people give the bhikkhu garments and food, he knows how to stay within bounds and not deplete them entirely. Thus the generous patrons are content, their faith remains intact, and the monk who enjoys the gifts is not wearied by their alms. How does he know how to pay respect to the leader of the herd? Specially designated bhikkhus watch over the herd. It is necessary to take care of them and watch that they do not get thin. The cow herder gives them oil, decorates them rings and gives them an iron horn as a sign. He brushes them, flatters them and calls them by their name. In the same way, as is customary, the bhikkhu serves and venerates the high individuals of the community who protect the Buddhadharma, conquer the heretics and lead the eightfold community to plant the seeds of good. When the cow herders heard these words, they had the following thought. Of all these rules we ourselves knew only 3 or 4. Our masters themselves only know 5 or 6. And so, hearing these words of the Buddha, we cry out at the miracle. If the Buddha knows the craft of cow herding, he also knows everything else. He is truly omniscient, there is no doubt about it. Single quote. This sutra has been recited here fully. By it, we know that the omniscient one exists. Question. There cannot be an omniscient one in the world. Why? Because nobody has seen the omniscient one. Answer. That is not correct. Just because one cannot see something, one cannot say that it does not exist. 1. A thing really exists, but since it is hidden, one does not see it. Thus the origin of the clan of a man, the weight of the Himalayas, the number of grains of sand of the Ganges really exist but one cannot cognize them. 2. A thing does not exist and, because it does not exist, one does not see it. For example, a second head or a third hand, it is not because they are hidden that one does not see them. Thus, because the omniscient one is hidden, you do not see him, but nonetheless, he exists. Why is he hidden? Because those who ought to see him do not possess the required 4 kinds of faith, and their minds are attached to error. It is because he is hidden to you that you do not see the omniscient one. Question. There is no omniscient one because the things that he must know to be omniscient are numberless. The dharmas are innumerable and infinite. If many men together cannot know them, how could one single man know them? Therefore there is no omniscient one. See answer. If the dharmas are innumerable, the wisdom of the Buddha itself is immense. It is like an envelope. If the letter is big, the envelope is large. If the letter is short, the envelope is small. Question. The Buddha himself has preached the Buddhadharma, but he has not spoken about the other sciences, medicine, geography, astronomy, arithmetic, politics, etc. If he is omniscient, why has he not spoken of all these sciences? Therefore we know that he is not omniscient. Answer. 1. He knows everything, but he talks about it when it is useful and does not talk about it when it is useless. If he is questioned, he speaks. If he is not questioned, he says nothing. 2. Furthermore, he has spoken of everything in general as being of 3 types. Conditioned phenomena, unconditioned phenomena, inexpressible phenomena. These 3 categories include all the dharmas. Question. We know that the Buddha is not omniscient because he did not reply to 14 difficult questions. What are these 14 difficult questions? Are the world and the self eternal? Are they non-eternal? Are they both eternal and non-eternal? Are they neither eternal nor non-eternal? Are the world and the self finite? Are they infinite? Are they both finite and infinite? Are they neither finite nor infinite? Does the Tathagata or the saint freed from desire exist after death? Does he not exist after death? Does he both exist and not exist after death? Is it false that he both exists and does not exist after death? Is the life principle the same as the body? Is the life principle different from the body? If the Buddha is omniscient, why did he not answer these 14 difficult questions? Answer. 1. These questions are futile, and that is why the Buddha did not answer them. The eternity of the dharmas is unnecessary, their cessation is even more unnecessary. This is why the Buddha did not answer. If it is asked how many liters of milk is given by a cow's horn, that is not a proper question and it is not necessary to answer it. Besides, the universe has no end. Like a chariot wheel, it has no beginning and no end. 2. Furthermore, there is no advantage in answering these questions, but there is the disadvantage of leading the questioner into